Hello and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
I'm Jess.
Do you want to do the shout out to our patrons?
Shouting out our patrons. Tobias?
Mm-hmm.
Is Jake one?
Yeah.
Jay? Is Eric the other?
No, it's just them right now. Eric
Tobias
still has
is
not.
Jake. Yeah.
Thank you to you two. What's crack-a-lackin'?
What's crack-a-lackin'? Not much.
We lead interesting lives.
Right? I was gonna say especially during this pandemic, but then again, I
Has a lot really
didn't
changed
really
for
do
you?
much. No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The other day I was listening to a Stuff You Should Know podcast on tea.
Oh,
So I got
shit.
a little bit of fat. Just
Ooh,
like
okay.
maybe like 3 fat.
Okay, should we talk about what we're drinking first, or should we still save that for later?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, just give your tea facts.
Okay. Did you know that oolong is actually pronounced woolong?
I'm sorry? What?
Apparently it's pronounced woolong.
Uh,
Wait, what the hey?
why? Huh?
I don't know. I don't know why I didn't ask.
Woolong.
I forgot their explanation, but they're like, but we're not going to listen. So they kept calling it oolong.
Okay.
Rooibos means red bush in Afrikaans.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And apparently, black tea, green, and white all come from the same plant.
What?
Huh?
How? What?
So black tea is oxidized, I think, before or after it dries out. Maybe during there, but it's oxidized, and that's why it turns black. But I think green tea is steamed, and it like skips the oxidizing process.
Oh.
Yeah, and then the white tea is just the little buds that have barely grown.
Okay.
Hmm.
You just learned me many things today.
I just learned.
Okay, let me see if I can remember everything you just said.
Oh.
Okay. I've already forgotten the first one, but the second one, rooibos, means red bush in Afrikaans. Or is it Afrikaans?
I think it's Afrikaans.
Afrikaans.
But I'm not no expert.
I've already forgotten the first thing you said.
Oolong is woolong.
Oh, oolong is pronounced woolong. Are we just supposed to take their word for it? Like, what? Who says it's pronounced woolong? Where is that from? Who says?
Let me look.
Like, is it because it's from a different country or something that pronounces it woolong? Like, why? Who says that?
They usually have all of their info on their website, but I have to find it. Website.
I'm gonna look up Google's pronunciation.
Because they have all of their where they got all their info from. Mm-hmm. But is this it? How stuff works?
Okay, I'm gonna do Google's pronunciation right now.
Oolong.
It said oolong.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I like how I typed in how to pronounce oolong, and then underneath the people also ask section, one of them is, why is oolong tea so good?
Is it?
Is it?
Is it that good?
I don't know if I've had oolong. I mean, I have, obviously, but like I don't know when or like which tea I had that was oolong. You know what I mean? We need to stop recording so late because I have like dumb brain this late in the day. And I feel like I'm always embarrassing myself on the podcast.
Yeah,
So I
it's
sound
okay.
like such a fucking idiot all the time.
Oh, so apparently oolong, it's wulong. Wulong is the phonetic transcription of the Chinese characters that
Oh,
approximate the sound of spoken Chinese or Mandarin.
okay. So when
The first,
people are speaking it in Mandarin, they would say wulong.
yeah, the first character is pronounced oo or woo, so it's either way. I
Oh,
guess
okay.
oolong, wulong. They know what you're saying.
Okay. So, okay.
Oh,
Is
oh,
wulong a proper pronunciation though, or are they just both correct?
I don't know.
I am questioning
I think
your
they are both
podcast.
correct.
Yeah.
There's like this site, it's just called All About Wulong Tea, and it's all talking about Wulong, also spelled oolong.
Wait, it
But
spells
there's
it with a W?
also too many oolongs. Yeah.
What the heck? That's
It's
weird.
W
That
long.
that's weird.
The history of Wulong tea and all this shit. Making Wulong tea.
Hmm.
Wulong, Wulong, Wulong.
Okay, we get it.
All over this article.
We get it.
Mm. Yeah. I can tell you what matcha is, but you probably already know what that is.
I know it's a powder, but I don't actually know like what
It's
it's from
like
or anything.
the best green tea leaves that have been ground into a powder. Like
I've
premium green tea leaves.
okay. I've probably first of all, whose idea was that? Like they
Some
have green
fancy
tea.
pants,
Yeah, and so
people who are like, I need even more concentrated green tea.
right?
I
Like they
think
already had green tea and they used the tea as one would for tea. So whose idea was it to just let's grind this down further and just see what happens?
wait, I think matcha is a part of tea ceremonies in Japan.
I've probably
Maybe.
mentioned this on the podcast before, but when I went to Japan, we went to this restaurant called Jonathan's, which is like designed after American diners,
Nice.
and they had this matcha tea latte
Mm-hmm.
where you could pay one flat price for like the drink bar, and you could have however many drinks you wanted and whichever drinks you wanted from the drink bar.
Whoa.
Yeah, so they had this matcha tea latte, and it was probably the best thing I've ever tasted. It was incredible. And so
Oh my
we
god.
kept going back to Jonathan's, which was designed after like American food and like American design, the inside,
Uh-huh.
when we really should have been like going to, Japanese
Hey.
to expand our horizons or whatever it is.
They have good food. They got good
But they
food.
had some
Matcha.
damn good matcha tea lattes.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like here that Japanese tea ceremonies are all about preparation and presentation of matcha. So maybe
Ooh.
matcha was created in Japan. I don't know.
That is fascinating. I wouldn't be surprised.
They just want their thick green tea.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, sometimes, like, if they want to, they can make really thick green tea that's like the consistency of porridge.
I
Matcha
don't know
tea.
if I like that.
Yeah, no, that's a bit much. I think I'm like, oh,
Like that's at that point it's food.
that's
It's not a
crazy.
drink anymore. Right?
It's pudding.
Yeah. Essentially.
Thick tea and thin tea. Okay, yeah, I see more of this shit. I'm getting
Hmm.
out of this.
I used to drink the Starbucks matcha latte all the time,
Oh yeah.
but it just could never measure up to the
To
Jonathan's one.
Japan.
It couldn't measure up to Japan. What can I say?
Yeah.
I'm a connoisseur now.
Ooh, it's fancy pants.
Yeah, no, it always left like a bad taste in my
Hmm.
mouth afterwards. Like the drinking it itself was fine, but it always made my
Yeah.
mouth taste like ass for like the rest of the day. So,
Yeah.
you've had it
I find
before?
it pretty sweet whenever I get anything matcha.
Mm.
Mom bought me a David's tea matcha, and I find it really sweet.
Even without like adding sugar and
Uh,
stuff?
I don't even add sugar to it. It's just the
Oh.
powder and hot water, and like, am I doing it wrong?
Do they like
Maybe it's like a
add sugar
weird.
in?
Maybe, maybe it's not a really good matcha.
I mean,
I don't.
they
It's like
must
the
add it
only
in if it's
tea
so
I don't
sweet.
like.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Hmm.
Cuz I guess it's like I imagine it's pretty easy to fuck up matcha
Yeah,
cuz if it's not
I
like
don't know what
good
I'm doing.
if it's not good matcha, then it's bad matcha. There's no like in between matcha.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because I want to like it, but it's so bad.
Yeah. But then I don't know how I would define the Starbucks matcha because it's not great.
Maybe it's mediocre.
Yeah, but I just said that there's no mediocre.
Uh,
So I guess I'm contradicting myself
mhm.
immediately.
Yep.
Uh, welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better. This is how we roll.
Yep. Yep.
Well, thank you for the facts and for learning me a few things.
You're welcome.
I'm using a new microphone.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, Jake got me a new microphone and it's super cool. It's like this one that attaches to my desk and it's got this big arm and it like floats right under my mouth and it's got like
Ooh.
the filter thing
Huh.
and it looks very cool and very professional and I feel like a podcaster now.
Hell yeah!
Hair flip. But you first heard this one when we were recording for the mini episode for our Patreon. Patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksarbetter. But it turns out I didn't connect the microphone to OBS, which is what we use, the program I use to record. So it was
Mhm.
still picking up my audio from my headset microphone the whole time instead of
Oh.
my fancy new one.
Oh.
So now those mini episodes that we recorded sound like shit because I had put away like I didn't have the microphone bent down to my mouth. It was like put up. You know how it pulls up and down.
Okay.
So it was like up the whole time. So like my audio sounds shitty and you can like hear the creaking of my headset and stuff in those episodes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice.
but hopefully this one will sound a lot better because I'm using the new microphone and I've actually connected it properly this time.
Me. That would suck having to redo everything.
I made it work.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's better to have one that doesn't sound as good and have it still be authentic rather than recording again and like trying to fake it being your first time watching
Oh.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because, oh, that would suck.
Yeah, and can you imagine Eric? Like, he would not know.
You'd be like, nope.
He wouldn't even try to fake it. He'd be like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen here. I wonder if she's gonna do this.
Yeah. You won't.
So I made it work.
God, God. Good
And
God.
it's not like it sounds that much worse than all the other times we recorded, so
We still amateurs.
yeah. Next maybe we'll get you a new microphone next.
Oh,
Help us out by heading over to patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksarbetter. Okay, I'll stop now. All right. You ready to get into
Well,
Seraphina?
yeah, tell me what you're drinking first.
I'm drinking a lemon and ginger
Oh my
herbal
God.
tea. What?
Nice.
Yeah.
I like ginger.
It's
Mm.
it is nice. I didn't really want this one right now. I kind of wanted the like nighttime blend tea,
Oh
but
yeah.
I had that one like a few episodes ago, and I was like, I don't want to say I'm drinking the same thing. So I made the lemon ginger.
How thoughtful.
Yeah, I know, right? Always thinking of the podcast. But no, it's actually quite nice right now. It's good. And I'm drinking out of a massive mug with little Grogu on it.
Oh,
You've seen the
Grogu? Is
have,
it Grogu?
have you seen the newest episodes of The
Yeah.
Mandalorian? Not counting today's because I haven't watched it yet.
One came out today. I thought it was Sundays.
No, it's every Friday, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, well I saw last one.
Okay, yeah. So Baby Yoda's name is Grogu. How cute is that?
Grogu? Man, I heard Grogu.
No, it's Grogu.
Okay, that's adorable.
Yeah, because it sounds like Goo Goo. Like Goo Goo Gaga, like a baby. Grow Goo Goo Gaga.
I was pretty excited to see Anakin's Padawan. I was like, oh my god, is that Anakin's Padawan?
It is Ahsoka Tano. As soon as they mentioned her in like the episode before that one, I was like, I was freaking out, and Jake was looking at me like I was possessed because he had no idea who Ahsoka Tano is.
And same with Johnny. I was like saying like that's Anakin's apprentice. I think I called her, and he's like, how do you know that? He has no idea.
Yeah, because she's
Of
never
course not. Like,
she's not in the films.
animation.
Yeah,
No, she's only in the animation, and like, who watches that? Kids?
Yeah.
You?
Excuse me. Are you lumping me in with the children? Adults love that show. Okay, just go to Reddit.
Are Redditors adults?
Okay. You got me there.
Roasting
You
myself.
got me there, yeah. You just roasted all of us in one fell swoop. Yeah, so Ahsoka Tano, spoiler alert, is in The Mandalorian, and she's kind of a fucking badass. And I love Rosario Dawson as her.
Yeah.
You seem hesitant.
She's pretty pretty.
She's pretty pretty.
Johnny was like, oh, I used to have the biggest crush on her. Oh.
He like watched Sin
like,
City
nice.
or something, right?
Sin City? Yeah. Isn't she also in Men in Black? Yeah, she is.
Yeah. But she's
in a few. He mentioned another movie that he liked her in, and I had no idea what it was.
Okay, because she's pretty in Men in Black, but I feel like in Sin City she's like hubba hubba. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's pretty intimidating in Sin City.
Yeah, but that's like the hot like dominatrix type of vibes, you know?
Yeah.
Am I being sexist right now? Am I being anti-feminist? I don't know. Am I?
How? I don't get it.
I don't know. Me neither. Just calling myself out just in case. I'll do it first, so other people can't do it to me later.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Seraphina.
Wait,
what are you drinking?
Oh, Masala black tea. Again.
Oh, okay.
I had bought the breakfast blend from Zydeco to drink for this podcast, but I drank it all the week I bought it. I got it.
Damn. How much was in it?
1.5 ounces.
How many grams is that? I'm not fucking American.
I don't know how many grams it is. Let me
Google. How many grams is 1.5 ounces?
1.5 ounces is equivalent to 42.524 grams.
Oh, that's like nothing, dude.
That's how much she sells them for, and they're pretty expensive.
Damn.
Really good.
Only
they're
42
so
grams?
good. Yeah, the herbal one was 1 ounce.
How many drinks or how many like cups would you say 42 grams gave you?
Let's say at least 5.
Okay.
Well, actually, Johnny had some, so there was more.
Okay.
But it
Between
was so
5 and 10.
So good.
Well, I would like to try it, but I'm not going to buy that stuff.
It's pricey.
Yeah.
For the little amount you get.
Yeah. I went to fucking, what is it called? It's like the Great Wall of Tea, or like the Wall of Tea thing in New West. I went there today with Jake, and we picked up a few different types of tea. I got
Yeah.
I got the double cream Earl Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Jake got a English breakfast, I believe, and then also one called Buckingham Palace.
Oh,
Yeah, so
is that like a fancy English breakfast?
maybe, we don't know. He was just intrigued by it and he wanted it. We haven't tried them yet because he doesn't have any diffusers at his place, so we can only drink bagged tea here. We'll have to pick up some diffusers tomorrow, hopefully, so we can drink some of this fine ass tea.
Mm,
We're talking a lot about tea
I know.
in this episode.
Well, our podcast is called Tea is Good.
Oh, I thought it was water is good.
Oh, really? You're mistaken.
Call back to that one episode where I said this isn't water is good, books are better.
You said that?
Yeah, dude. Remember when I was like drinking nothing but water and I hadn't had tea in like a really long time when we were recording? And I was like, fine, I get it. Next time I'll have tea. This isn't water is good, books are better.
Okay.
And then you laughed.
Oh, did I?
It was probably a pity laugh, I'm guessing now.
It usually is.
Okay. All right, let's do Seraphina. Where do we leave off our characters?
What chapter are we on? BT does.
33.
Imlan.
Wait, what?
Imlan is
Jessica,
Imlan. What?
that has not happened yet.
I thought we were in chapter 33.
We are now. We're starting with 33.
What? Oh.
So the last one we did was 32. I'm gonna have to bleep out all of that.
Okay, good. All I see right here is then I was like, oh shit, that means okay, never mind.
Good God.
What's going on? Oh yeah, so they have the party with everyone.
The ball.
The ball.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Treaty Eve ball where they're like celebrating whatever it is.
Commandant tries to slip away sneakily, but he's stopped by Democrat. And then, how do I explain? I'll just say, oh frick.
What on earth is happening?
Basically, they find Princess Diana's been poisoned. And then they hunt down Griselda and the Queen just before they are about to drink some apparent poisoned wine with Joseph and Lady Karangi. Joseph, Earl of Aspeg.
Of Aspig.
Asshole.
Yes, we have dubbed him Aspig. Or you have dubbed him Aspig. But it's actually Apsig.
Are you sure? It's not Aspeg?
Well, let's check the book. Oh, I'm wrong. It's Aspig. Okay. So we're on chapter 33. Where Kiggs and Seraphina have just walked in on, as you said, Griselda, the Queen, Lady Karangi, and all about to sip some wine.
With Joseph.
And Joseph is also there, holding the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ready?
Ready, steady.
Chapter 33.
Excuse me.
Nice. Thank you for distracting from my fumbling over my words. Chapter 33. Kiggs rushes forward and grabs the glasses from Griselda's and his grandmother's hands, telling them that Dion was poisoned by something in the wine and he suspects this one is from the same source. Then the Queen admits she had a swallow of hers already, and so Dame Okra leads her out so a physician can check on her. Zelda and Lady Karangi didn't have any sips, though. Aspig hands Kiggs the bottle and holds up his hands as if in surrender. He's like, I know, this looks bad. Like, yeah, it does, dude.
Yeah.
Kiggs points out that he hasn't poured himself a drink and asks straight up if he's a Sar. Aspig is like, nah, dude, I'm Sam Samese. So apparently Sam Samese people don't drink. I ain't no Sar, I'm just a Sam Samese.
Okay.
Aspig then turns on Lady Karangi and asks her what her plan was, sounding very accusatory. He then
Yeah.
says to Kiggs that Lady Karangi told him to deliver the wine to Princess Dion. Oh shit. What were you thinking?
What was I thinking?
When he said that?
I was like, are you freaking lying? Stop shifting the blame, asshole. I mean,
Right.
ass pig.
Yeah.
But then again, I didn't like Lady Karangi at all.
Yeah, we don't like
So
her
be like,
either.
ooh, is she also in with the group? And like, he's like caving and is like blaming her when they're in it together.
Right. Trying to save his own skin by
He's
throwing
the
her under the
coward.
bus.
Mm-hmm.
Kiggs and Fina tell him they saw him in the cathedral talking to Thomas Broadwick. And Aspig explains he was delivering a message for the Sons of St. Ogdo, a coded message, so he didn't know what it meant. He says that Lady Karangi is the one who actually put him in touch with the Sons, and that she's the one who supplies them with intelligence from the palace.
Ooh.
The plot thickens.
Fire her.
Lady Karangi denies it, but then a strange flu sound starts coming from somewhere near Kiggs. Oh shit. Yep. Glazelda leaps onto a stool, asking where, quote, it is. I guess she thinks there's just like a Quig in the room.
Racist.
Right? And Aspig pulls a knife and looks around as well. Only Lady Karangi stands frozen as the voice lisps, I see you there, imposter. Then Fina sees her lizard man figurine in Kiggs's hands behind his back. Kiggs then asks Lady Karangi who is calling an imposter. Then Lady Karangi snatches up Glazelda and bolts down the stairs. Okay, so let's take a pause here for a moment. How do you understand what just happened here?
So I initially did not get like the Zelda was taken too, but all I saw was the little statue screaming at Lady Karangi, I see you there! I see you, sir! And I was like, what? And I was like freaking out, and then she runs.
Okay, so can we agree that Kiggs purposefully used the figurine as a method to reveal?
Yeah, he figured it out.
Okay, but so
I
does
had
this
no
thing
idea what it was for.
does this figurine actually only speak when there's a Tsar around?
Well, it can't be that because it spoke for Seraphina and Kiggs.
Was it only them around when it did that, or was Orma also there?
I don't think Orma was there. I think it was just two of them.
Okay, so what exactly? We know Kiggs' goal.
He twisted the neck and it started speaking.
Yeah, so we know his goal was to get the Tsar to reveal themselves somehow by getting the figure to say the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So couldn't Lady Karangi have just pretended to like look around for a filthy Quig also? Or does she already think that she's been revealed at that point when it speaks?
I wonder if she thought she was revealed because of how she didn't react like everyone else. She just froze and then bounced, froze and ran.
Right.
But didn't Seraphina tell Kiggs that it was Lady Karangi?
How do you mean?
Doesn't Kiggs ask Seraphina who's it talking to?
No, he asks Lady Karangi. He goes, who is it calling an imposter, lady?
Ooh. They don't quite explain how this thing works. Like, did he twist it, or does it automatically start screaming?
I think the fact that he
If
had it in his hands indicates that he is the one who activated it. Because otherwise it would have just spoken from his pocket or whatever, right? Like, he wouldn't be holding it. Because before he had been holding their glasses. So, I guess, yeah, he just pulled out the figurine and, like, twisted the head and expected whoever the Tsar was to reveal themselves.
They did.
From it saying, I see you there, imposter.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess I'm just like, I don't know how to explain how I feel about this part of the story. Like, it doesn't feel like a strong way to get them to reveal themselves. Because I feel like Lady Karangi could have just faked pretending
Yeah.
like to look around for a Quig also. Like, I don't really understand why she's already thinking she's been revealed at that point. Like, why would she just throw in the towel instead of playing along?
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're just like missing something here or if it's kind of like just a weak plot point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to like work out why this went down the way it went down, and it doesn't really feel like a super strong explanation that she just like thought that she was revealed as soon as it said, I see you there, imposter. Because she could have just as easily, like, it could have been speaking about Joseph just as easily. Like, it doesn't call her out by name, you know? So she could have just like looked at, I mean, I guess it's speaking in Quigmoot, yeah, so she's the only one who actually understands it other than Seraphina.
Seraphina.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm curious to know what our listeners think.
Yeah, they don't really explain that at all after that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was a weak plot point.
Well, if you are listening and you feel like you have an idea, please post something on our Facebook or in our Patreon if you are a patron to let us know what you think, because I am curious and like confused. Also, were you shocked that it's Lady Karangi?
Yeah, it was. Didn't see it coming.
Yeah, because we were like 1,000% positive it was Ass Pig at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
We were like, yeah, it's 100,000,000% Ass Pig. He's the bad guy.
Yep. Yep.
Even I was like shocked again. Even though I've read this before, but in my memory. So yeah, Fina and Kiggs take off after Lady Karangi. They take a secret tunnel which passes by the guard room. They stop there so Kiggs can direct the guards, which he does with hand signals because apparently that's faster than speaking. He tells them to...
Could be.
I guess so. But he tells them to spread the word, all hands, seal the lower tunnels, notify the city garrison, and then just the word dragon with a signal. I guess not a word, it's a signal for dragon.
He's signing.
Yes. Some interesting hand signs. Fina and Kiggs both worry about the Sally port, though. Neither the guard nor the garrison will be able to reach it in time, meaning Zelda might be dead before any of them can reach her. So Fina rallies her own troops. She activates Orma's earring, then reaches for Abdo. She tells him what's happening and wants him and Lars to run to the Sally port. Abdo doesn't know what they're supposed to do against a hostile dragon. But I love that Fina doesn't know either. She's just like, you'll figure it out. Just fight a dragon for us, it's fine. She tells them they just need to delay it until Orma arrives. If he arrives. They reach the cavern area, and Kiggs realizes that Fina is not armed and tries to get her to turn back, but she isn't having it. It's actually kind of a cute, heart-wrenching moment.
Mm-hmm.
He says he doesn't know what he'd do if she were hurt, and it's like, oh, so sweet. But they continue on, seeing women's clothing scattered all over the floor at the mouth of the cave, and Fina remembers the folded gown from before. Do you remember that?
No.
When they were going exploring, looking for clues about Rufus's death, when they went out riding together or whatever, they went through the same cavern, I guess, and there was like a folded up dress sitting on a rock somewhere.
Did you not remember that?
It was just mentioned in passing.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh. I think Fina just thinks that like maybe the knights like bring ladies in there sometimes. Yeah.
Nice. Get some.
Kinky. So now they know where that folded gown actually came from. They dash outside and hear Griselda scream, so they whirl around to see her over the shoulder of a wiry, naked man who is standing above the cave entrance. Because it's like in a hill.
Ooh.
So, this whole time, he'd been at court disguised as an old woman for almost Griselda's whole lifetime. Doused in perfume, avoiding others saw, worming his way close to Princess Dion, biding his time. So, now I have another question. Why did he have to spend over a decade getting close to Princess Dion if he was just going to attempt to kill them with poison wine? Like, what? Was he just waiting for the Ardmagar to come visit or something?
He wanted to kill the Ardmagar,
So
but why didn't he kill the Ardmagar first?
And doesn't the Ardmagar visit like every year? Because this is a yearly thing, right?
Yes.
So why take over 10 years?
What was he doing?
Like, I don't understand how that helps him anymore.
Like, did he have to worm his way to the royal family?
I guess.
But it sounds like he's been there for a while. Ever since Basalda was born. Yeah? She's
shortly after her, she was born. He's been there for 12 years, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and Griselda's 15.
Right.
So, I don't know. I feel like there has to be, like, quicker, easier ways to take out the whole royal family, if that was his goal the whole time. Instead of spending 12 years, like, trying to get super close to Princess Dion just to try and, like, poison them? Like, couldn't he just, like, be a servant and, like, still serve them the wine in, like, 2 minutes? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just confused now that you're bringing that up. Why did he wait so long just to fail spectacularly?
Yeah, and again, like I said this last time, this feels like a really, like, lazy way to try to kill them. Like, poison wine? Really?
That is boring. That's a woman's weapon.
Well, he was dressed as a woman.
True.
But yeah, something about it feels like rushed. Like, maybe he was feeling rushed. Maybe the presence of Orma and Seraphina is, like, making him anxious, so he was, like, starting to rush.
He could have, yeah.
Wonder. Because this is Fina's first year at the palace, right? As the, like, what is she?
Is it?
Yeah, she's like the composer assistant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Assistant to the court composer. Yeah, I think this is her first year there. So I guess that would be why Orma is around more as well, since he is, like, her teacher. So that would be the first time that Imlan sees Orma there, I guess. Because we know right at the beginning that Imlan saw Orma at the funeral and, like, sent him that message, which was like, stay away. So maybe that made him feel like he was being watched, or like he was being figured out.
Because Orma probably would never have known if Imlan hadn't been like, I'm here.
Exactly. So Imlan clearly thought that Orma had seen him and knew him, but Orma hadn't. So Imlan was a fool. He revealed himself.
Fucked up. He's not as good as he thinks he is.
Oh, he's just a big dum-dum. So maybe that would be an explanation as to why it, like, is such a messy, rushed, dumb way to try to kill them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, why not just fucking fly into the palace as a dragon and, like, eat them all up and then fly away and, like, transform again? Who would know?
Or just blast the palace with fire. Take everyone out.
Pull a Daenerys on their ass.
Yeah. Take out the foundation. Bring it all down.
And he has the whole cabal, or whatever. Cabal. Like, why not just bring all these general dragons and just fucking torch the place?
Right? Why just him?
Yeah.
No.
Huh. I don't know. Maybe we're like simplifying it too much. There's probably a lot more
I have no idea.
involved. Like, I don't know. Huh?
I have no idea.
We're too small brain right now.
Oh.
I am anyway. I'm always small brain when we're doing the podcast
Nice.
because we always record so late. Or maybe I'm just a small brain person. Could also be it. Anyway, then he transforms into a dragon,
Boom.
holding on to Griselda the whole time. The description of it is kind of interesting, as Fina describes it as logical, which I thought was interesting. Let me just quickly read it. Thank you for that, Johnny. Thank you for your contribution to the podcast.
He's more than happy.
Okay, here it is. For all my exposure to Sarantrae, I had never before seen one change from human to dragon. He unfolded himself, stretched, telescoped, unfurled some more. It seemed logical as it happened, all his human parts plausibly dragon, his shoulders separating into wings, his spine extending back to tail, his face lengthening, his skin bursting out in scales. He managed the entire thing without letting go of Griselda. He finished with her clasped firmly in his front talons. And that's pretty much the end of the description. It does not go on to describe him anymore. Which, again, massive disappointment.
Yeah. It's up to my own brain to figure out what he looks like.
Yeah. And we've said
And I
this...
just have a boring dragon in my head.
Yeah, we've said this before. It's in a previous episode that the lack of description like makes us just imagine the most basic, generic, boring ass looking dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there was any doubt that this is Imlan, there is no longer any doubt. It's fucking Imlan. He would not be able to fly for several minutes. Apparently a newly transformed Sar is weak, but he can still spit fire. He does so, and Fina and Kiggs duck back into the cave just in time. There's no way to know how long it would take Abdo, Lars, and or Orma to arrive, so Fina only sees one option. She goes to head back out of the cave, but Kiggs grabs her, trying to stop her. So she kisses him square on the mouth, thinking this could be her last chance to do so. And he's so startled he releases her, and she dashes out into the snow. Fina screams for Imlan to take her with him. Imlan says he knows she's not a dragon because they resolved that in the laundry. So he asks what she is. Fina explains that she is his granddaughter, which disgusts Imlan. He says he should kill her. But Fina tells him she could be valuable. Being a half-breed has given her formidable abilities, such as contacting the other half-breeds with her mind, and her visions and maternal memories. She then tells him she knows about the Cabal, and Imlan raises his spines as if alarmed. Fina tells him he's killed the Ardmagar and half the royal family, but Gored is not sufficiently weak that he can walk right in. He will need her help. So clearly she's lying her ass off, because the Ardmagar had none of that wine, so he's totally fine.
Yep.
But Imlan snorts and calls her a liar. Hey, maybe he is big brain. He says even if he believed her powers, he knows her loyalty lies with the princeling, and asks how she will use her formidable abilities when he roasts him. Then there's a sound, a screaming musical obscenity. Lars sneaks up on the left, playing his great war pipes. Imlan looks towards the sound, and then Abdo vaults up onto his neck and wraps his arms around the dragon's still soft throat, preventing him from breathing fire. So if a tiny 10-year-old can wrap his arms all the way around this dragon's neck...
Jesus Christ, he's small.
He can't be that big, yeah.
Fuck?
Right? He's like, what, the size of a giraffe, maybe, at most?
I thought they were supposed to tower over the humans. Like, be big monsters.
Right?
And now they're seeming much tinier.
Yeah, and Imlan is, I think, supposed to be like a pretty impressive size. But
Uh-huh.
when we saw when there was that scene with Seraphina at the procession, the place where she first saw Irma in his natural form, they're supposed to be like as tall as the buildings.
Yeah.
So maybe do they just have really skinny necks? Like what? Like a
The hell?
picture like a regular looking
No.
ass dragon, and then just give it like a giraffe skinny neck.
No. My God.
Yeah, I don't know. Imlan tries to shake off Abdo, and Kiggs dashes out of the cave with his sword, slashing at the dragon's foot that holds Griselda. The princess is released, and Fina helps her to the cave entrance. Kiggs slashes at Imlan again, who then lashes at the prince and knocks him down to the cave entrance as well. Imlan then launches himself into the sky, Abdo still clinging to his neck. He circles in the air, and Fina knows if he's hard enough to fly, he's too hard for Abdo to squeeze him flameless. So he's coming back to torch them. I guess after they transform, their like scales are kind of soft and still hardening.
That's gross.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I picture him like gooey and wet.
Ew.
Yeah, so Imlan is like doing a circle in the sky, and he's like coming back. Fina screams at the princess and the prince to go back through the cave, but Kiggs is still dazed from his fall. He's like, "Your lying saved us, Fina." And she's like, "Yes, my lying." She urges them to run, but then, I love this part, something huge screams through the sky just above them, and they look up to see Orma hurtling towards Imlan. Such a dope fucking moment.
Yeah, it was.
I really like that part.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no,
I was like,
I was
yes!
lost.
Yes, Orma!
I think it's like very impressive that the writer gets you to forget about Orma this whole time, and then he just like pops out of nowhere, and you're like, oh yeah, she did call Orma.
Yep.
Yeah. Would that still count as a Deus Ex Machina then?
Sorry, what?
Deus Ex Machina?
What?
Do you know what an Ex Machina is?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm finna learn you a thing right now.
Ooh.
Welcome to writing school with Raven. Okay, so I'm gonna look up an actual definition so that what I say makes sense to you, because I have a small brain. So, Deus Ex Machina means, literally, the hand of God or the hand of the machine. So it's a person or thing in fiction or drama that appears or is introduced suddenly and unexpectedly and provides a contrived solution to an apparently insoluble difficulty. So it would be like, say, someone's getting a beat up in the street or something, and then Superman comes out of nowhere and saves them. Mm-hmm. And they don't like solve it themselves or figure out how to get out of them themselves. It's just something, it's another source that comes out of nowhere and like saves them. Does that make sense?
So it's when someone is saved by someone else or something else?
Something else that's like appears or is introduced suddenly and unexpectedly.
Oh, okay.
And so the solution isn't like, it doesn't come from working out the problem, it just comes from like an outward source. So it's kind of considered like a weak plot device for like an unsolvable problem.
Okay. I think that was that.
You think it is?
I don't think it is.
Yeah, because I would agree. Because she calls Orma earlier, so he doesn't like...
Mm-hmm. He's not too surprised, and like, he was present because I forgot about him.
Yeah, like
everything was so intense.
It makes sense for him to be there.
Uh-huh.
Let me try and find a couple examples of Deus Ex Machina. These are all lame. Lame examples. Ooh, does Harry Potter have one?
when Harry sees Voldemort drinking the unicorn and suddenly a centaur comes out of nowhere.
Yes. Nice. Yeah, that's fun. That is a Deus Ex Machina.
Nice.
Because yeah, I guess we're kind of introduced to the centaurs beforehand, but it's very like brief, and I would still consider it a Ex Machina.
Is that in like Dumbledore's little speech at the beginning of the school year? Don't go into the Forbidden Forest?
No, I think Hagrid mentions that they're like in the forest,
Okay.
but that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good example. Nice. Okay. Yeah, you understand it.
Hell yeah. I did it.
Yay. And that was writing school with Raven. So, Orma, Bam, is here to fight his daddy.
Get him.
Get him, Orma. Get him.
Chapter 34.
34. Oh, yeah.
34. So Imran lets Orma get close enough so that he can grab him, and they grapple in the sky. So it's pretty intense.
Ooh, shit.
Orma won't bite or breathe fire because he sees Abdo still clinging onto Imran's neck.
Right, and I like how Fina's first thought is like, that's so stupid.
Oh, poor Abdo.
No, like, I don't think she wants Orma to, like, breathe fire or bite,
Okay.
but she's like, it's the fact that he's a dragon, but he's still, like, aware and has enough care in his heart to not do it. She's like, wow, like, he's fucked up. Like, he's emotionally compromised.
Oh my god. Like a person?
Yeah, like a
Like
human.
a human being?
Like a human.
My word. So I was just imagining Orma fighting like a cat would, just kicking and scratching.
Yeah.
Seraphina.
Yeah, I kind of... Sorry. I picture it as,
Ooh.
like, yeah, they're just, like, rustling in the sky. He's just, like, kind of holding him and, like, pushing.
So I see Imlan biting.
Oh, yeah. No, Imlan's. He's,
Just
like,
Orma's
flaming
just kicking.
and biting and doing all the shits, but Orma's,
Well,
like,
Orma's kicking.
not playing by the same rules. Yeah.
No. Seraphina sees another dragon approach and they slowly fly around the duo. Just cruising.
I wonder who this is.
Right. I knew. I was like, oh my god, fuck this guy.
Fucking Bassined.
Cathedral bells start to toll a specific tune used
Ooh.
for attacking dragons.
Damn,
Ooh,
dude.
that's
What do
pretty
you
cool.
think? What do you think that tune is?
It's gotta be something simple for a bell. Whoa. I was thinking they could be like in threes, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
Something like something simple. It's a bell.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Can you double kick a
Kind of
bell?
like the whites, the night. Holy fuck!
What?
Did I just brain fart? The Night's Watch horn when people approach wall, like 1 blast is the rider, 2 blasts are
Right.
wildlings, and 3 are frozen
Right.
guys.
I imagine they don't hear the dragon one very often, though. So, would people even know what it is?
I think Seraphina said like they haven't heard it in a long time.
Right.
Maybe some people do, maybe some don't. Like the children's. The
Yeah.
child's. Kiggs is like, what the fuck is that other dragon doing eating popcorn?
It's like, ooh, this is fun.
He's like, why isn't the other siding with your teacher? And Seraphina corrects him. He's my uncle. For realsies.
For realsies, Kings. He's probably like, okay, dude.
I think Great Hero is really confused. I'm like, how did they understand her? But I'm thinking, like, she wasn't speaking in Muya. I thought in the last chapter when she was talking to Imlan, she was speaking in Muya. So I was so confused that they understood her.
No, yeah.
I was like,
she
how
was
did they
speaking
understand
English.
her? I guess so.
Yeah.
So Kiggs is having a really hard time believing this, that Seraphina is part dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, it's impossible for dragons and humans to breed.
Is it though?
Seraphina's, yeah. She's like, I'm proof.
Doesn't she use like horses and donkeys as examples?
Ah, yeah.
He's like, they're different species, and she just goes like horses and donkeys.
Mules,
Yeah.
tigers, and lions.
Yeah.
Ligers.
Ligers, bitch. You never heard of a liger, bitch?
uh, English Zelda's just as confused. So they watch Orma pull out of a drop just in time and take out a chimney and tavern roof with his tail. Just
damn.
his little tail.
What do you
Boom.
mean his little tail?
Just,
Was he
just
got like a
his
little stubby little
just
tail?
his wee tail.
Or is it as skinny as
Um,
Imlan's neck?
So the third dragon flies over to them and changes into a star. Oh, guess what? It's Bassint.
Fucking Bassine.
And guess what? He's not a dumb noob. he
I
knows
knew
what
it!
he's doing.
I fucking knew it!
He's from the board of censors and was in disguise as a newbie to gather intel on Orma.
Oh my god, this whole fucking time. Okay, we knew there was something more to Bassine.
He was a little sneak.
So he was just acting like a big dum dum just to fool Orma?
Oh my god, was he like rolling his eyes around just to be a fucking creep?
Right? I mean, did he. Why did he have to. Why did he have to put on this strange act? Is that what got him to be
It was
assigned to
to-
Orma?
Trick Orma into
Just like underestimating him?
yeah.
Okay.
So Bassint is going to give his report that Orma is too emotional. Blah blah blah.
Fair. Fair.
And kind of leaves. Oh wait, does he leave yet? Not yet. So Zelda. Oh, that's Griselda. Griselda says that she will offer Orma asylum. The censors apparently don't give a fuck about dragon human peace treaty.
Oh.
They're just
they've
here
got their
to
whole. They've got a whole nother thing going on.
make sure dragons don't become too people-y.
People.
They
Or-
don't have them pesky emotions.
Fina does think at one point that if Orma was like flaming and biting and shit, he could win the fight against Imlan easily.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was kind of confusing because Imlan is larger than Orma.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be. Doesn't he consider Orma a weakling dragon?
Yeah. So I was like,
Like a
how
runt?
how exactly could Orma win against Imlan easily? Like, what?
I don't know what she's talking about.
Like, is it just
Maybe
because he's
she's
younger?
biased. I think she's biased because she loves Orma.
But she's
Like, he'll
also
beat you.
she's pretty honest and real though.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what she's talking about. Did she come up with any explanations on why she believed this?
No, it just she's straight up like, oh, if he would win easily if he. Let me see if I can find it because I was very much confused. I was like, huh?
Spent this whole book reading that Imlan was some badass, formidable dragon, and suddenly Orma can beat him easily.
Yeah. Do you remember her thinking?
I think
that?
not. Not really. Maybe her thinking that he can stand a chance if Abdo wasn't there.
Okay, 1 second.
Can't find it, Raven.
Me neither.
Well, maybe you imagined it.
I wrote it down, so I got it from somewhere.
Maybe it's another chapter.
Maybe I imagined it. Shit, dude. Okay, well, never mind. Well, let's just forget everything I said.
Okay, so after Zelda says that she will offer Orma asylum, Bastion's like whatever, and he leaves the tunnel. Imlan gets Orma real good, and he lands hard in the river, taking out Wolf, Stoot, bridge.
Mm.
Seraphina heard more dragon screams and sees Eskar and the, what is this? Petite Ard flying
Mhm.
over. So Eskar and her gang are flying.
Mhm.
Um, Imlan flies at the other dragons in like full battle fury, screaming, spitting, kicking. I don't know. And it takes 3 dragons to set him on fire, and then Eskar decapitates him. He dead
He dead as
real
fuck.
fast.
Yeah.
I had to read that twice. I was like, wait, what? Already?
Right?
Go back, read it. And like Seraphina sees it coming. She's like, oh fuck, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
When he went after Eskar and her troop.
Mhm.
Oh man. Church bells change their pattern to fire alarm. And there's a lot of damage to the town.
Yeah.
Lars asks Seraphina about Abdo, but she's too scared to look for him because she's afraid he might be dead.
Yeah,
So,
because he was on Imlan and they set Imlan on fire and then
and
took his head off.
decapitated.
Yeah.
But he guilts her. It's like, oh, you have to. He did this for you. You do this now.
Mhm.
So she searches for him and she finds him sitting on Orma in the river, and he's pretty cheerful, unhurt.
She searches with her mind, though, right?
Yeah, with her brains.
Okay.
Psychically, like how she usually does.
Mhm.
And as she's watching through her brain, she watches as Eskar lands, and she and Orma boop noses.
Boop.
What is this cute relationship?
Oh, just you wait.
Huh? I thought that was adorable.
Yeah.
So he's also alive. Glyselda asks about her powers, and Lars explains that Seraphina, can only see other half dragons with her mind shit.
Mhm.
Kiggs cannot believe that there are 3 half dragons. Seraphina corrects him. There are 17, not including Genola,
Right.
which is the
Janula.
lady who was banished to the cabin.
I wonder if we'll get more of what happened with Janula in
We
the
freaking
next
better. She's the most interesting one so far.
book. Yeah.
Kiggs is having a hard time believing. So Seraphina shows them her arm, the scaly one.
Mhm.
She doesn't look at them as she does. She's kind of afraid to see disgust on their faces.
Mhm.
She hides her arm again before suggesting going back inside to see who else is alive. The entire time, Lars is holding her protectively.
Aw.
Yeah. And Lars holds her as they head back inside. And she cries for Orma and for herself.
Aw. Yeah, she was kind of just like forced to reveal who she was. It wasn't
Yeah.
really her choice.
She's scared. Real scared.
Yeah. Is that the end of that chapter?
And yep.
How did you feel about Imlan's death?
Came real fast.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was really kind of lame. The whole like Imlan's plan unraveling and him dying, it was really anticlimactic.
I have to agree. It's like I kind of wanted Seraphina to maybe have more FaceTime with Imlan before he died,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe like contribute to his capture and or death a little bit more, because she really like has nothing to do with it. It's all Orma and like Eskar,
Yeah. It was all dragon handled.
and she just kind of watches, which I guess is like realistic. Like, what is she actually gonna do
Yeah, she's on night.
against a dragon? Yeah, but like I'm sure there's like creative ways that the writer could have come up with to have her help more.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think the word you used is like really accurate, that it just feels anticlimactic. It's like 1 second he's like this flaming horrifying beast and the next second he's dead. It's like, huh?
Maybe he was happy to go to his death because he thought Commandant was dead. He's like, I did my job,
Right.
but it was still pretty lame.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would imagine that Imlan would be okay to go because he seems pretty narcissistic. Like,
True.
he would want to be around to reap the reward of his mission, his task, his accomplishment, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused about like his ready to go down attack on Eskar. Like, why didn't he run?
Like, there's no way that he thought he would be able to defeat 3
No.
dragons.
Like, he willingly went to his death. I don't get it.
Or maybe he was just, like, egotistical enough that he really did think that he had a chance against the 3 of them. But he's a dragon, and they, like, do all the maths in their heads and whatever.
I thought they were supposed to be smart.
Yeah, so he had to know he didn't stand a chance. He would just calculate it in his brain, in his brain meats.
Maybe he spent too much time as a human and got
the meaty
used
brain?
to rage, anger.
What is it called? The meaty brain?
The meaty brain. I think so.
Yeah. Anyway.
Chapter 35?
No, we're way over time for this episode. We
Oh,
gotta start the next one.
It was that massive tea conversation.
Yeah. Let's talk about tea for like an hour, and then we'll talk about Seraphina for like 15 minutes. How about that?
No. Bruh.
Okay, well, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at Tigbab Podcast, or you can follow us separately. My handle is Crimby, Jess's is Jess.Egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search Tigbab Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we should show up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Baram Barami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle, which you heard at the start of this episode, and he's a really cool guy and makes dope stuff, so check him out. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksarebetter. We have a few different tea-themed tiers with fun rewards, such as behind-the-scenes content, outtakes, and mini-episodes in which we force our brother to watch Game of Thrones, which he hates. So you will be getting something in return for your contribution, and you'd also be helping us improve the podcast with better equipment. But we also just appreciate you listening. And please don't forget to share the podcast with your family and your friends. It is the best way for us to grow. So yeah, Imlan's gone. So how will the story resolve? How will Kiggs react to Seraphina being a half dragon? Scaly. He's like, ooh, it's okay if you're half dragon, but ooh, those scales though.
Yeah.
We'll find out in the next episode. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye. Say bye, Jess.
Bye.